Macora YouTube, I'm Dax and welcome to a video I would like to call Learn from My Mistakes. In this video, I'll go over recently captured footage of my gameplay and analyze my mistakes together with you, dear viewer. This specific video is about the spy class in Team Fortress 2 or TF2, which is the class I personally play like 80% of the time. But that doesn't mean that this is in any way a dedicated spy channel, nor even a dedicated Team Fortress channel. It's just a casual match. I don't play competitive, I'm just doing it for fun. Thought I'd do a YouTube video, so let's get started. So the first thing I wanted to point out is that I'm not a professional player by any means. So I'm not going to showcase uh, an epic montage of highly advanced trick stabs and stair stabs or anything like that. Um, I'm just a casual player, and there are YouTubers way better at playing Team Fortress than I am, and I'm not gonna attempt showcase, like I said, a highly advanced montage. My footage is just the gameplay of the average Team Fortress spy. I'm not a beginner. I play this game for a few years now, but I'm also not a competitive player by any means. However, after watching other YouTubers like Mr. Paladin's How a Spy Thinks series, I realized I could benefit a lot from recording my gameplay footage and then analyzing my mistakes in an attempt to get better and avoid them the next time I play. So what I did is I went ahead and recorded a footage of me playing a few King of the Hill games on the Harvest map, and I'm gonna go over with you guys on this footage and try uh, to analyze how much of a crappy spy I am. Cheers, guys. So the last thing I want to point out is that this video isn't scripted. I did watch the raw footage beforehand, but I don't have any pre-planned script for what I'm going to say. I'm going to analyze it with you, and with that in mind, let's get started, shall we? So as you can see, I'm on a pyro disguise. I usually take pyro disguise when I want to spice things up a bit. From, people on Harvest especially expect you to take scout or sniper when you're spying out at the enemy spawn, and I can usually get away with kills I couldn't get otherwise if I was disguised as a sniper, for example. And pyro is not too slow either. So I love pyro disguise. So I often end up taking it. Now here you can see I'm having a bit of lag. I tried to stab the soldier, failed, and then misled him to the window. I'll play it again a bit slower so you can see it better. Notice how I misled the soldier into thinking I went outside. Now my mistake here was, of course, that I bumped him on the way back and failed to run away. So, moving on. I started chasing the scout, but instead of going out through the other window like I should have, I went from the same window he went into, so obviously I bumped him and he ran away. And I had no choice but to find a new target. And then I saw this heavy going back to spawn, and he's obviously a spy because no heavy walks like that, just casually running back to his spawn. Heavies shoot, heavies look around, heavies spin their minigun. They don't just run away. So after that bit, I got into an interesting situation where I ran away from the scout and he thought I'm still outside. which gave me the opportunity to strike him and run away. Shortly after which, I ran into this weird situation where I almost got a backstab on the soldier, but I had to change direction, go for the sniper, which didn't end so well because he just, died to the scout, and then I randomly die from a jumping soldier, which is pretty sad, and which is also why you should never hang out in that area right in front of the door. That's always where the soldiers are going to jump, there's no way to avoid it. And this clip here is just a proof of how bad of a shooter I am, but luckily he just takes fall damage and I finish him off. So one common theme I find between the clips I'm reviewing is that I often decloak at the wrong time, because as you guys know, the decloak is really loud, so when you pick the wrong time to decloak, like in front of this sniper here, you're pretty much doomed. Like, especially when you're near their spawn, there's just almost no way to escape it once 3 or 4 people spotted you. Here I come back to my trusty ye old pyro disguise, which, like I said, I fall back into a lot. Now, here I'm using the other spy as a bait, and the demoman thinks he killed the spy, which lets me stab him, but then, of course, I get hammed. Besides picking the right moment to decloak, it's also important to pick the right moment to cloak, because especially when you are up against other spies, you don't want people to see you before you cloak. You want to get your cloak on before you rush to the enemy lines. Like this spy right here will get his disguise while not under cloak, so it's easy for me to just track him down and stab him. So in this case, just the crucial thing is to pick a disguise while under cloak. If you want to change your disguise, it's better to do it under cloak so you don't get the cloaking smoke, etc, etc. So at the end, it's just spy is pretty much about knowing when to go, when to approach. Like here, where I just bumped the spy and didn't even notice, and obviously this is the reason I died, because I bumped him. Otherwise you wouldn't have noticed I'm there. So time to cloak, time to decloak, and now time to stab. It's also important not to stab too early, because even just the sound of the stab gets attention. So stabbing at the wrong time can just get you killed that easily. So here I am disguised as a medic now, and what I really love about medic disguises is that being disguised as a medic let you fool the player for that one extra second that you need to get your stab, because you don't immediately suspect a medic to be a spy unless you spam that E button and the medic doesn't do jack shit, then you spy check him. And for that pyro, that extra second was all it took me to stab him. And isn't that what playing spy is all about? Catching your enemy unaware that you are there? Like, every spy mistake is about making the enemy aware for your location as a spy. That's what you need to avoid. That's the topmost priority. So sometimes it's also good to take one for the team. Like here, I know this heavy is using the Yulong hitter and that I will die because I can decloak when I'm on fire. They still see it, but it was worth it because he was about to capture the point. And notice the time on top. We are almost about to win, but they capture the point. So I try to sacrifice myself, and I get two enemies out of like four, but it's too late, and we lose the match. And yeah, we lost on overtime. It was pretty painful. So that's it for now. If anyone is watching this, all I really want you to take from this video is that playing Spy is really all about spatial awareness. You have to be aware of where everyone is and what they're doing to be a good spy. And this is what I try to do. This is what my mistakes are. That's where they're stemming from. Every mistake I made in this video stems from the fact that I wasn't aware enough of who was in front of me or behind me. So that's it for today, really. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Thanks for watching.